Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to the video show, the show where I sit here and answer your questions that you've got about video. Blimey, I'm very up for it today, aren't I? Blimey. Hello. So we are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Feel free to ask me questions as you go. And if you've got any ideas for future episodes, any questions you want me to answer, feel free to put them in the comments below. So last week I asked you what should I talk about in this episode of the video show, and we had a tie for first place between measuring success, how to measure the success of your videos, and equipment. And last week I spoke about how to measure success. You can watch that on the website, redbookproductions.co.uk/the-video-show. And this week we are talking about equipment. So I wanted to talk about the equipment that I've bought that I think has been worthwhile purchasing, and equipment that I think has been a total waste of money. So both very important. So to give you an idea of like the videos I make, might not be the same kind of videos that you make, but I might have some stuff that I use that you might not have thought of that is a good purchase. So I've got a list of 10 things, 6 good things and 4 things I feel that I've wasted my money on. So let's start with the good stuff. So my number one thing that I think is a total like brilliant purchase is this Blackmagic A10 Mini, which allows me to do this. Hello. So I can switch cameras when I'm doing a live stream, or switch cameras when I'm doing it. Like if I can record through that as well, and I can switch from that to my iPad and stuff like that, and show you videos from my iPad. Having that has made live videos so much easier. It was only 260 something quid. It took a little bit of a long time to come because I ordered it in the first lockdown and nothing electronic was coming into the country for some reason, and it had to come all the way from Australia. So it took about 2 months to arrive. But when I got it, I pretty much used it every single day. Okay, so let's go on to a waste of money one. So I spent probably about £400 or £500 on this, but it was a Ronin S gimbal. And the reason I bought this was because it helps me to, well, I thought it would help me to sort of at events have a camera that would be like a steady cam basically. But like all of the videos I watched on YouTube all came out at a similar time. I will talk about why that is later. And they were really upbeat about it. And I'll talk about why that is later. But they didn't say how hard it was to set up. So when I actually put my camera on this Ronin S gimbal, it was just such a pain to set up. And the way I film at events, like things are happening very quickly. I need to be at the next thing very quickly. So having something that was difficult to set up was just sort of a bit of a pain. So I would have to get to the event pretty early, spend an hour or so setting it up and making sure it's all balanced. The app would tell you it's not balanced, but it wouldn't tell you how to balance it, which is very tough. Yeah, it was just a bit of a waste of money. I would show you a video of it like I did with my hand a minute ago, but I sold it a year ago and put the money towards the switcher there. So that's all right. My third thing overall, but my second good purchase was the Rodecaster Pro, which if you were watching this video at the start, you would have heard me playing this music. And this allows me to sort of record a number of different audio sources at a time. I'm recording my audio through this at the moment. I'm streaming my audio through it at the moment. I can connect my phone to it via Bluetooth. I can make video phone calls through it. I can play sound effects and stuff like that, like I'm doing with the theme tune here. And I can record up to 4 different microphones. So for podcasts here, for even podcasts over that I'm recording over Zoom, it has been a brilliant spend for me because I'm using it literally every single day. So a very worthwhile purchase. So if you're getting into podcasts and you want to take it very seriously, I think at first just sort of get on with what you're doing normally. But if you sort of want to take it to the next level, Rodecaster Pro would be a thing to do. So number 4 on my waste of money. So number 4 overall, but a waste of money would be my drone. So I bought a drone about 18 months ago. I signed up to like the government guideline thing where you have to pay £9 to be able to fly it. Haven't renewed it. I did a theory course in drone flying so I could do it commercially. But then by the end of it, they tell you, oh, there's all this other stuff you have to do. And then in 6 months, the law's changing anyway. So what you've got isn't really relevant. That was extended a little bit because of COVID and everything like that. But it was just so much work for what, and I don't really get that much call for drone work. So for me, it's just sort of a bit of a hobby to do now and again. Whereas, yeah, I had to jump through a lot of hoops to get to where I needed to be with drones. So I think for me, if I'm going to commercially do drones for videos and stuff, which I don't get a lot of call for, I just bring somebody in who's got the qualifications to do it. Number 3 on my good purchases, I've got to sort of move over here a little bit. There goes my iPad. Number 3 on my good purchases was this cable tidy. So I bought this in the first lockdown, but this is a really great bit of kit for tidying all my cables away. So if I need to find a cable, so if it's my GoPro charger, my iPhone charger, headphone splitter, webcam, HDMI converter, any sort of cable, SD cards, stuff like that, even if it's extra batteries and things like that, I can put them all in here. This cost about £15, but if I need to find any cable, any battery, any SD card, it's all tidied away in here. I will put a link to this below in the comments. But for £15, if you need to find your cables very, very quickly, it is so worthwhile. So this fits into my bag on shoots. I have it on my desk next to me when I'm filming in the studio, and I'm using it pretty much all the time because everything's sort of tidied away. I've got all my chargers, cables and stuff like that in here, and I don't have to look for them. It's all very tidy. If you're a tidy person like me, definitely put your money towards, well, just go out and buy it because it's not very expensive. I'll put a link below in the comments. So my number 3 waste of money thing, I think, what are we on overall? I've lost count, would be this, the Dji Osmo Pocket. This is similar to the gimbal that I mentioned earlier, but it's a little 4K camera here on a little, like, the base here. I bought this to shoot videos on at events, would be quite light and lightweight and would work quite well. The only problem is you have to connect your phone to it here to be able to see any sort of decent quality video, because the screen here is very, very small. You can control it through the screen here. It's pretty good. Like, I've used it a number of times, but I just haven't used it as much as I thought I would do. A lot of the time it's been sat on my shelf. So I have used it when I've been on holiday and stuff like that. I've used it at the odd event, but like, it's just, I haven't used it as much as I thought I would. So I think that's about £300, something like that. So if you're going to sort of look for a camera that it's a good quality camera, lightweight, easy to charge, but you sort of have to connect your phone to it. And this little button here is a bit sort of cumbersome. It sits out, and then you can sort of walk along with your phone attached to it. It looks a bit silly. And it doesn't work as well as sort of I'd hoped it would. But yeah, it's all right. But was it worth the money? Have I used it as much as I said I thought I would? Not at all. So that's my number 3 waste of money. Number 4, good purchase, is something that I'm on like my 6th or 7th of these. I go through these very, very quickly because I use them a lot. But they sort of last me about 6 months, which I think is decent. And that is my Rode Lav Plus microphone. So this is a lavalier mic that you clip onto yourself. I'll get it out of the bag. So here we go. I go through these every 6 months or so. So I have to upgrade them all the time. About £50, just pin on. Excellent quality sounds. If you're recording interviews, stuff like that, they're excellent to plug into your phone. I plug them into a different sound recorder. But for something that is £50, it's just, like, I don't think you can beat it in terms of the lav mics. It's worth spending a bit more money because the other ones are a little bit cheaper. But if you buy the Rode one, you know you're getting very good quality, and you can trust it, and it'll be worthwhile spending it. So if you want decent quality sound and you want to record it into your phone rather than just sort of shouting across the room, invest £50 in this Rode Lav Plus. Very, very much worthwhile. So on to my last waste of money item would be this, the Samsung Meteor Mic. I've taken it apart a little bit because I used it as a prop in a recent film. It looks really cool, but the quality of the sound is like, it's all right. It's a USB microphone that I sort of bought. I bought this about 7-8 years ago. I think I've used it once. It looks really cool. It's on the shelf at the moment, as a prop for a film I made. That's probably the only reason I've kept it, because it looks quite cool. But I think it was sort of like £50, something like that. I used it once as it is as intended, and then it's really just sort of sat on my shelf since then. So in terms of, is it worthwhile? Probably not, but it does look quite cool. So we've got 2 more good things to talk about, which is nice. The first one, a bit odd, but as you can see behind me, I've got a lot of pictures on my wall. So if you want to sort of redecorate your set or redecorate the background, having this item in your pocket, in your bag, in your drawer somewhere is definitely worthwhile having it. And that would be these command strips. So every single picture that I've got on my wall here in the studio is held onto the wall using command strips. So if I want to move them around, the pictures around, which I need to do on a regular basis, I use the command strips just to sort of take them off the wall, put them back on the wall somewhere else. So if I need to redecorate a set for a different shoot, definitely worthwhile having these. So if you want to do the same in your own home and move pictures around and see what works, see what doesn't, command strips, I've got a subscription to these on Amazon. So every sort of 6 weeks or so, I get a new packet coming through the post. Definitely worthwhile. There we go. I've got quite feminine fingers, haven't I? Wow. Nice. Cool. And then finally, my number 6 good purchase, 10 overall, is these extra batteries. So if you've got a camera that has other batteries, don't just have one battery. These are not brand name batteries, so they're not Canon batteries that for my camera, but they're just, I got these on Amazon. They're a little bit cheaper. They last a little bit less time, but it is worthwhile having these in your kit if you're going to be making videos regularly. It's nothing worse than having battery run out and then having no other backup. So I've got a number of these different batteries, a few of them on charge at the moment, a few are already in different cameras, and it's worthwhile having. Okay, and then just another little quick tip. I've got little red stickers on the one end and green on another. So if I'm doing a live video like this and I need to change my batteries quickly, I know that green side up, it means it's charged, and red side up means I need to go and charge it. So all of these at the moment should be green side up because they're all charged. And then if they're red, I need to go and charge them. Owen McGinty has asked, I'm impressed by the live subtitles. What are you using to generate those? I think that's just LinkedIn doing that. I'm not doing anything my end. So yeah, LinkedIn are doing a good job. So obviously I'm talking very clearly, and LinkedIn are good at is it still working? LinkedIn are good at deciphering my mumblings, but yeah, LinkedIn are obviously doing a good job with the live subtitles. Nice, that's good to know. So those are all my different things that I've spent money on over the years that I think are either worthwhile spending money on or not so worthwhile spending money on. But I think the things to watch out for is, if you're thinking of making a purchase, wait a little bit to see if you really, really do actually need it. So wait a couple of months and then think, oh yeah, are my videos actually worse off for not having this product? Don't jump into it. Don't look at YouTuber reviews, especially if they all come out at once and it's a new product, because chances are they've been paid to do that, and they're just going to say, this product's great, you really need this. And they don't say many of the downsides to things, which I've found a lot of, especially with the Ronin S that I mentioned and the Osmo Pocket. They just say the good stuff. They don't tell you the bad stuff. And then look at them in a few months' time. Are they still using those products? 9 times out of 10, they're not. So think about, do you actually need it? Keep making videos without that thing. And if you still find that you still need to use it, buy it. But yeah, don't go out and spending loads of money all the time, because like, I've wasted so much money over the years on products that I haven't really needed. But then I've spent a lot of money on stuff that has been really, really good for improving the quality of my videos as well. So just be aware of it, and I think you'll be okay. So thank you so much for watching this episode of the video show. I really, really do appreciate it. I sounded so insincere then, didn't I? But honestly, I honestly really appreciate every comment and every view this show gets. You can watch it back over on redbookproductions.co.uk/the-video-show. There's loads of other videos on there, so feel free to watch them. Give us a comment, give us a like, give us a share. And if you've got any questions for future episodes of the show, post them in the comments and I'll be very happy to answer them next time. That's it from me. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in a week's time where we discuss something else about video. I'll probably be creating a poll next week on LinkedIn, so keep an eye out for that, and then you can choose what you want to talk about in the show. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a great weekend. I've got to press this now. Bye.